papa moaesia papa oh jolly papa moaesia ahe jolly papa moaesia papa oh jolly papa moaesia ahe Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachirami Ipayame mara medawasi midopa Tamuno tain tamuno bo Obasi zizio Demeho meka oh Mi melo anio I say jana ludo I say you're at your for Damn oh mega oh Kali papa moaesia papa oh Jolly papa moaesia ahe Jolly papa moaesia papa oh Jolly papa moaesia ahe
Witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the Supreme
papa moayesia papa oh jolly papa moayesia ahe jolly papa moayesia papa oh jolly papa moayesia ahe Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachiremi Ipayame mara medawasi medopa tamuno bo obasi zizio temeho meka mi melo anio I say jala ludo I say you're at your phone Damn oh mega oh Kali papa moayesia papa oh Jolly papa moayesia ahe Jolly papa moayesia papa oh Jolly papa moayesia ahe
Let the universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPO code of conduct, the third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nzurumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanyin, you are sacked. Chukurio Forma, you are sacked. Isaiah Uba, you are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. Chinazan Woru, you are sacked. Fidelis Ejogu, you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Filatro, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from IPOB. You no longer speak, you no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umahi paid $500,000, a blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra, vanguard media, for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of Abbott, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth dose is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Anyị wee na-efe arụsị, iwe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee bịa leta anyị. Ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị, ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ. Nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ, wee na-ata ikikere eze. Nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ, Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala ihe niile n'iyi. Okwu ebepụ ya isi. Anyị pụta anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ, ejide anyị wee gbuo. Ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha sị maka ha gaa n'ihu. Elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọya nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ. Anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị. Anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri, kama kọstọm juru ebe niile. Ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ. Anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie. Anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị. Onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi na-ekwu ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị. Akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke. Akọba anyị ka anyị na-aza, akọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu, akọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke, akọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom, akọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisoba, nna nke dị nsọ, onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na anyị bụ ụmụ gị. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị, bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe, bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ, bịa ka iwe dịtụ ozu ọgwụgwọ memilere Goliath Chineke nna nke igwe ruo memile Fero site otu a mee ka Fero ọgụzọ n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akwụkwọ igiri ọtọ ọsọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụ bụ nwa bụ ekele n'igwe n'ụwa nwunye ọbụla kere gị n'oge malite n'oge ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị gwa anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama ma akpọ na okwu gị na-anọgide ego ego mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ m abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma
okwu asị ka ọ bụ nke a ndị ji asị na-eri nri ịgbara ndị Fulani odibo nchi iwu osote onye isi n'obodo Naijiria ọ mgbe m nọ n'ụlọ ikoni ka m ga-etinye ha n'aka akwụkwọ si ha agaghị m emezi Biafra ọzọ unu bịa ka m gbara unu odibo ka ndị ọzọ si agbara ha odibo ha rịọrọ m njụ nsị na aga m ahapụ nwere onwe a na-azọ kwee n'ihi ndị ya niile maka ọdịmma nke ha nwa na nke ụmụ ha ma nke ụmụ ha ga-abịa n'ihi na agwara m ha okwu m si ha oge mgbe Zik a na-agwa Zik mgbe ọ na-eji ike na-akọwara Zik si ya na ebe ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịghị ya ọ na-efe isi kpakakpaka mba ọwọ Naijiria ka anyị gaa n'ihu lekwa ọnọdụ anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa na-akọwakwara ndị ya sị ha ihe a Zik mere mgbe mbụ tinye anyị na ụmị anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa ọkwa ihe unu na-eme kedu ụzọ nwanne Nnamdi Kanu si na-eme ya na-emeju ya unu kọwara m ka m ghọta na m sị ma unu arụghị ogbe nke abụọ gafere River Niger na unu ga-arụ okporo ụzọ unu ga-emezi ebe niile ebe ụmụaka na-aga akwụkwọ ọ ga-emezi ya emezi ọma mma ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-arụzi ya arụzi a ga-enwe ọkụ mmiri ga na-agba ọ ga-adịrị onye ihu na mma dịrị onye azụ na mma kedu ụzọ m si mejọ ndị dị etu a asị m na ụzọ m si na-eme ya na ọ dịghị mma njọ ha sị mbụ ngwa agha onwenye m gbara egbe onwenye m gburu mma onwenye m gbara ụta akwa sọsọ ozi ọma Chineke si m gbasa n'igwe okwu ka m na-agbasa kezie ka o si metụta unu ọ bụ gịnị mere unu a na-asị ka akpọta Nnamdi Kanu ka egbuo ya ọha na eze na ndị gọvanọ ọkwa na gịnị mere ndị herdsmen na-egbusi ndị mmadụ n'ugwu Awụsa ndị gọvanọ ha n'ugwu Awụsa kpọbe ka abịa gbusie ha inu anunugo na onwe onye na-achị ugwu Awụsa gọvanọ pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị herdsmen unu anunugo na onwe onye Yoruba pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị OPC ọgwụ na sọsọ ndị Igbo n'ihi na unu na-agba leka ka unu ga-agbara ndị Fulani odibo onye pụta ọsị ka agbara Fulani odibo onye nsị na mụ agbọ Nnamdi Kanu agaghị m agbara Fulani odibo ha nwere ha kwesịrị gbara mụ odibo ọ ihe na-esere mụ na ha gaa n'ugwu Awụsa ndị ha na-akpọrọ isi n'ala na-ajụ ha o unu na ebe a Nnamdi Kanu ọ pụtakwa n'ụbọchị one unu hapịa ọ na-akpagharị ebe niile ego na-enye gaghị enyekwa ya ọzọ onye ahụ otiri mkpu bịa ọ gaa na BBC Igbo na-akọrọ ha aka m esokwa ya aka gị ọkwa ọgwụ ogonwa wee onye isi nche na steeti gị ị ga-agwa m na o nwee ka ndị agha obodo ekwensu bụ zu Naijiria ga-esi malite na-akpa mkpamkpa n'obodo gị ịmaghị ihe gbasara ya ngwongwo niile esibe mburu akwa ebe ka esi ikpeazụ ka ebugara na gọọmenti haus nọ n'ezi nna m ha na-ekiri na-amụ amụ ohe were ụmụnne ha na-eresi ndị Fulani chee na ndị Fulani ga-ahụ ha n'anya wee na-ajụ na-asị gị na-emere ọha na eze n'ụbọchị nketa akwa ofu Jubril a ha na-agbara odibo ha na-achụrụ efi akwa ofu Jubril a bịara ugbu a bịa tisa ọha na eze tiwa ya ụzọ abụọ ịhụnanya ya
o nwere otu ọ ga-abụ ma gị ma ha nwere ike bịakọta ọnụ ka akpa ihe ọfụma nwee nkwekọrịta otu a ga-esi gaa n'ihu
ihe na-eme na ndị be anyị wụ na ha na-aghọtachi anyị na-eme ọfụma ịjụọ ha sị na m chọrọ ikewapụ Biafra n'ime Naijiria na ọ bụghị ihe ziri ezi na iwu obodo ha akwadoghị ya nna ajụ ha sị ya kee ụzọ chọrọ isi ime ya asị na ọwụ ka aga mee ntuli aka elu anyị bịanyecha aka atụcha vootu aga na ebe a na-eme iwu anọrọ akpa ya ekwekọrịta anyị gawa n'iru njụọ ha ndị na-eme iwu obodo Naijiria mmadụ ole si Kano steeti pụta 44 ọ bụ mmadụ ole na-emekwe n'iwu a si Abia Imo na Bayelsa pụta ha erughị sọsọ Kano steeti ọ bụzi ụzọ dị aṅaa ka ị ga-esi wee nweta ihe a ibu n'obi ebe ndị ọwa anyị na ha na-awụ nọchiri egburu agara agbachi ụzọ nọchi ebe niile efe adịghị ụzọ adịghị obere ihe unu kwesịrị ịrụ unu anaghị arụ ya nwatakịrị ihe wụ ogbe nkịtị ebe a na-ebute mmanụ na-ebute ukoro ọkụ ike a na-ebupụ na-akpata ego bekee wee na-eri ndị ugwu Awụsa ji na-eleta onwe ha mma wụnaba anyị ka o si bịa okporo ụzọ nkịtị unu ama nru Ọnịcha ruo Enugwu kezi ihe ọzọ ị na-akọwara m ọ bụ gịnị ka imepụta gworo ga-eme m ga-eji wee nwee ntụkwasị obi ebe ị nọ n'ihe ị na-ekwu na ị ga-emenwu ya na ọwa eziokwu ihe IPOB na-abakwa nnupụ isi ka anyị na-enupụ isi akwụkwanekwa na-ekwu na ilu a na-atụ n'Igbo a sị mgbe ụfọdụ mgbe okorobịa nwekwana ka onye ara na-alụ nye nwaanyị ọkwana ihe anyị na-eme na mmegbu anyị na-emegbu anyị na ọ karịala na ihe a na-eme anyị na ọ dịghị mma ekunye agbagbu anyị ege ebe a akpọ ejide ebe anyị na-azụ ahịa laa ya n'iyi ha nwa na onwe ha enweghị ihe ha pụrụ ime ha niile na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo ị ga-abịa bịakwute nna gị okwesị nna gị okwu ana m enupụ isi nsị ha mmụọ awụ Nnamdi Kanu na m agbara ha odibo uru ha bụ m ka mụ na ha mee ya ha ajụ ọhịa na-ese okwu onweghị ihe ọzọ ana m ekpere ha ekpere ka onye nwe anyị baa ha n'ime ka ha nweta ezi mmụọ nchegharị ka ha ghọta na ha nwee ọrụ ha kwesịrị ịrụ n'ime ndụ ndị ha ịghọtakwa n'ọrụ a ma rụọ ya nke ọma wee ịghọta na eziokwu nọ n'ime ya ihe m na-ekwu bụ eziokwu ka ọ bụ ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu mmekọrịta anyị na ha na-ahụ nsogbu ọbụla adịghị kama ha nọ n'okwu asị na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo efe adịghị ha agaghị eme mmekọrịta ọbụla ma ọlị.
Into today's broadcast and announcement, I want to share some stories with my fellow Biafrans. If at this point you still see Simon Ekpa as your enemy, you are spiritually blind. If at this point you still go to some native doctor, you still go to some oracle to hurt Simon Ekpa for no reason, you are spiritually blind. If at this point all you do is to plan how to hurt Simon Ekpa or Biafra, or how to sabotage the Biafra freedom which is coming next year, honestly, I'm sorry for you. I want to share this very brief story with Biafrans. Somebody who I have done nothing to, somebody whom I didn't know, I've never spoken with him. Simon Ekpa has been his problem from the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. He doesn't want to hear my name. Each time he opens his mouth, all he is doing is to blackmail and want Simon Ekpa dead at all costs. It happens that this particular man went to some oracle in Oka. He went to Oka to do juju to kill himself, not me. After doing the juju, he even used a gun to kill himself, not me. After the juju, the chief priest asked him to use the gun and shoot the person they claim is Simon Ekpa. He used the gun and shoot himself, not Simon Ekpa. After that, he came out and bragged that Simon Ekpa will not last more than November. That Simon Ekpa is going to die before November end. Last week, he slumped and died. Simon Ekpa is still sitting here working for Biafra people. If you know this man that died after going to Oka to kill himself in the name of fighting Simon Ekpa, some of you know him. Some of you watching me today, some of you that refuse to repent. If you know this man and you know that he have actually died fighting against Simon Ekpa, looking for how to kill Simon Ekpa, and that have not taught you a lesson, you will be the next. You are going to be the next. Repent. Repent. If you don't want to fight Biafra again, repent and remain silent. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. And to those people that will collect money, I don't want to advise the chief priest of different oracles. If they come to you, collect their money, do all the juju that they ask you to do. If what they ask you to do, if my hand is clean, continue to do the juju, let the juju work against them. But if my hand is not clean, according to what they have come to you, let everything you are going to do work against me. Let it work against me. But if all those things you see, I told you people that before December ending, all of you that have gone to one place or the other trying to hunt Simon Ekpa, you will have a story to tell. If you do not tell that story, some people will tell that story by themselves. Because some of you will not be around to tell the story before the end of this December. So, I am here to remind you again to leave me alone. Let me fight this fight with God and the multitude of over 70 million Biafrans that are supporting what we are doing for their own freedom. You can't fight God. You can't fight the truth and win. I also heard that some of them are bragging, still bragging, that they are going to follow Simon Ekpa with juju until they go down, not me. So if you know this man, that you know what he did in Oka, I wouldn't mention the shrine. I wouldn't mention the oracle, so that it will not bring bad markets to them. I would not mention the oracle where he went to do this thing. After doing it, now he is dead. What did he gain? He killed himself. Because that gun he shoot at something he says Simon Ekpa in the shrine have turned around to be himself. Nobody can stop this movement for the freedom of Biafra people. We have seen death of our children during the war. After the war, Nigeria continued to kill us. Today, we have lost many people in Ehamufu, and nobody is talking.
Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
You're very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
And I'm going to have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Biafra.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this platform wherever you are connecting from. Like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share to anyone that is close to you. Those that agree with us and those that disagree. Share to those who feel they have a superior argument. Share to those that have their own opinion, so that they can join us, come here and ask their question. This platform is not just for the Biafran people, it is for everybody. Anyone that cares about humanity, if you cares about the freedom of the people, you are welcome in this platform. This platform does not belong to any particular group or section. It is a platform where the name of Biafra is being promoted. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come to this platform to attack people or individuals. We do not come to this platform to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to propagate the gospel of peace, the gospel of Biafra, to present Biafra before the whole world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do in this platform, and that is what we continue to do. When we call Nigeria a failed state, it is not a propaganda, neither is it a blackmail. It is a fact, a truth that you on your own can verify. You can verify. Check the news of Nigeria, check the indices in Nigeria, check the indices that makes up a failed state. You will get more than enough in Nigeria. So when we say Nigeria is a failed state, it is not a made-up talk. It is not to tarnish their image or to denigrate them, but it is a statement of fact. Nigeria is a failed state. And as it stands today, people of the world are paying attention and everybody is looking for a solution. But only few people have the confidence to focus on the real solution. The Biafran people are standing out presenting solution to the failed state Nigeria. Biafra is a solution. And when we say Biafra is a solution, we are not looking down on other region and other section. All we are saying is leave and let's leave. When Biafra becomes independent, every region will be free on their own. They will be independent to practice what they want. If you want a caliphate, you can practice your caliphate. If you want a monarchical system, you can practice your monarchical system. If you want a democratic system that the world accepts, you can do that. If you want a secular system, you can equally practice a secular system. But the decision should come from the people. All we are asking is a disintegration of the region, creating country along value system. People and region that have the same value system should come together and form a nation. It is not out of hate. It is not out of envy or jealousy, not because of resources or because we are too smart. All we are asking is leave and let's leave. Let everyone have the right to decide their fate. There is nothing wrong in having a caliphate. There is nothing wrong in having a monarch. There is nothing wrong in having a secular system. But let the agreement be among those that have the same agreement and the same value system. And let them practice. You don't force somebody into agreement on what he or she does not support. It has to be the decision of the people. That is what we are saying. So when we say Biafra is the solution, we are not looking down on other regions. Everyone has the right to be on their own and be free. And if you choose to remain as Nigeria, you still have your own rights. But let the people speak. That is why today, any genuine person today talking about the issue of Nigeria should be speaking about a referendum. A referendum where the people will make the decision by themselves. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have always said it. That if the people come out and say that they want to remain in the contraption called Nigeria, he can't stop them. He's a Democrat. He will support it 100%. But all we're asking, let the people take the decision. Let them decide what they want and how they want it. That is what we've been saying. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be crying for. This is the reason they detained Mazi Nnamdi. This is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya and brought to Nigeria because he is asking for the right of the people to take decision. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. After his kidnap, Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board. He was still asking the same thing. The right for the people to decide. Mazi Simon Ekpa was asking for the same thing. And instead of the government listening, they came after him and every Biafran. And Mazi Simon Ekpa went ahead to try as much as he can to save life in Biafra and defend his people, educate them on their right to self-defense. He went ahead to conduct a self-referendum so as to make Nigerian government make the move. If they do not believe in the self-referendum we have conducted, of which more than 60 million voted yes to get out of Nigeria, if they do not accept or believe it, the least they should have done is to conduct their own referendum. In a same country, the self-referendum of the Biafran people conducted under Mazi Simon should have been something, a wake-up call. It should have been a wake-up call for Nigeria to conduct a referendum. But as you all know, Nigeria is working for those who created it. Nigeria is playing the role it's supposed to play. They do not care. Instead of paying attention, they went after our prime minister, activated the international conspiracy, joining Finland, and they took him out. And they thought after doing that Biafrans would be silent. They didn't know that they just unleashed the dragon. Every single one of us Biafrans knows what we want. The Biafran cause is not dependent on one person. In as much as we have the face of the struggle, those who are looking upon, somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader, this is somebody who we are all looking upon. A man who is tested and trusted. a man who is sincere. His integrity is choking. A role model for every single one of us Biafrans. And you can't change that. Wherever he is today, we will continue to keep his legacy. Whether he is dead or alive, we will continue to keep his legacy. And many of us have learned a good lesson from him. That today, it does not matter whether he's around or not. We will continue to follow the step and the foundation he has led to pursue our freedom. Likewise, Mazi Nnamdi, whether he's here or not, we will continue to pursue our freedom through the legacy they have led. The same thing Mazi Nnamdi did for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and made sure that his legacy is not trampled upon. That is what we are doing today on our various platforms, in our various groups, to make sure that his legacy is not thrown away. If you are a genuine Biafran, at this point in time, you don't wait for anybody to beg you. You don't wait for anybody to preach to you, because the truth is staring at you very closely. The restoration of Biafra is something that no man born of a woman can stop. The least Nigerian government could do is to sit on the table and discuss with the supreme leader of IPOB, who is in their net today. Your life sentence cannot change the mind of the Biafran people. Not even a death sentence can change the will of the Biafran people. We will continue to pursue our freedom until we are free. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, continue to stand strong. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, under whom every one of us today that is genuinely seeking for Biafra is working, must be respected, must be supported, and must be promoted. For some of you who are still in doubt no more. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have redeemed and restored IPOB, the family of the Biafran people. If you are a genuine Biafran, IPOB should be your only family. If you are a genuine Biafran, you can't be looking at IPOB as an organization formed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot just be looking at it as just an organization that was established for one reason or the other. If you are a genuine Biafran, you will see IPOB beyond an organization. It is a family. That is where everyone belongs. That is our taproot. That is the origin. That is our anobi, and we can't give it up. It was so painful when the sacked DOS polluted the IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi fought gallantly like a man to redeem IPOB. But you know, there are limits to what he can do. He fought and fought and fought. And they continue to hang on because they were appointed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had the right to sack them. What did we do? Mazi Nnamdi extracted himself from them. And we casted a vote of no confidence on these people. And the Biafrans moved on under Briggy. I always want you to remember, the only reason Mazi Nnamdi walked away from IPOB was because of the attitude of those who called and said the DOS. Because of the pollution, because of the sellout, because the name was infiltrated. He tried to redeem it, but it was almost impossible. We casted a vote of no confidence on them and we moved on. But today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has confirmed the vote of no confidence we casted on this DOS. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu confirmed it intotally. Every one of them is gone. Just like Mazi Nnamdi said. Mazi Nnamdi said it, that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, you will all be gone. Gone and gone for good. And today they are gone. We are in a new era. Under Mazi Chris Ogu. The new DOS, wherever you are, support them. Listen, I always try to remind you this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not give order for people to close their mushroom groups. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never gave order, say, shut down your mushroom groups. But every order and instruction must be coming from him through the IPOB. You are entitled to fight for Biafra the way you deem fit, the way you understand it. That place that seems suitable for you, you can be there. But let your purpose of being there be only for the restoration of Biafra. A genuine pursuit of the Biafra restoration should be the reason you will be there. If you find out that the purpose of the gathering where you are is not to pursue Biafra, get out of that place. Get out. Every one of us have common sense. Don't say you didn't, we're not told. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have left the ball because we are Democrats, we are Republicans, we are free thinkers as Biafrans. And nobody can force you against your will. I said it always in my platform. What I'm doing here is to open up a ground for discussion. I cannot force you to believe what I say. Neither will you force me. But I say things I say for you to reason deeply. Think, have a critical thinking, and take a decision that you can defend and be proud of. So in any group you find yourself and you see that they are not pursuing the collective interest of the Biafran, which is self-determination, the unity of purpose. If they are not focusing on the unity of purpose, if they are selfish and self-centered, they only care about what comes out of them, and they talk against what comes out of them. It is not mandatory for you to support everybody. You have the right to choose what to support and what not to support. But speaking against and attacking your fellow Biafran that is pursuing the same thing you are pursuing is a crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't speak against anyone that is genuinely pursuing Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa never come against anyone that is genuinely pursuing Biafra. He said it openly in his broadcast that I have played here several times. Mazi Simon Ekpa said, I support everybody, anybody that can do anything to end the zoo. I support that person. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made the same statement. He said, I support anybody that can bring Biafra. I support that person. And that is where we are today. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is working with Avid. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is working with the Rising Sun. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is working with the ambassadors of self-determination. All these groups are on their own fighting for freedom, but we recognize each other. So if you are in any group where you see IPOB as a threat, please have a rethink and move away. The strongest family we have in this agitation is IPOB. That is where every one of us belong. That is what every one of us must support. Under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you still spend your time attacking your brother or your sister, I'm sorry. You don't know what you want. And you don't know why you are called. For those of us that know why we are called and why we are here, we are not looking back. It is either Biafra or Biafra. So this morning, wherever you are watching this program from, either you're watching us from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, you're watching us from Iraq, you're watching us from Iran, you're watching us from Ukraine, wherever you're watching from, I welcome you to this platform and I thank you for being part of this program. If you have not yet shared this program, kindly like and share. Very important. Like the program, share it so that others can be able to get notification and join us. This is the time that Mazi Simon Ekpa predicted and said that we should all engage in radical evangelism. How do we perfect the radical evangelism? It is by you that is watching. You that is watching, click like and also share it. Clicking like will not take any money from you. If you're watching on TikTok, tap the screen and show love. It will not take any money from you. It will not take data from you. Tap the screen and share the program. You are watching on Facebook, tap the screen and share it and let it go viral. If you're watching on X, share the program. Any place you are watching this program right now, share it. That is the only way we can engage in radical evangelism and pass this message. You never can tell who we hear. Maybe the one you are sharing is one that's going to make the difference. We are not speaking only to Biafra. We are speaking to the world, providing solution to the failed state Nigeria. The situation of Nigeria and the condition of Nigeria today is making headline across the world. Today, European Union is discussing The insecurity in Nigeria, more especially the genocide against the Christians. You know, God has a way of doing things. The United States started it, and somehow, Donald Trump is somehow delaying and withdrawing from it. But today, the debate is intensifying in the Europe. Europe have taken over the debate. Europe has taken over the debate on Nigeria. And I'm going to play some videos that are coming out from Europe today for us to understand how it is. This is a very interesting time, as I always say. A time that many have wished to see. If you are alive today to see this time, you should be happy. You are one of the luckiest ones. A very interesting time, a very delicate time, and you must be careful. Today, we have come once again to do what we know how to do best. And the topic we are discussing today says, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and the Biafra debates. Is a peaceful political solution possible? Is a peaceful political solution possible? This is what we're going to discuss. It is going to have so many branches. We will expand it as much as we can to engage in this discussion because it is necessary. As our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court for his appeal, and Mazi Simon Ekpa is coming to court also on the 5th of August. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we don't know the date yet, but Mazi Simon Ekpa will be on court on the 5th of August. And it is necessary that we continue to touchlight everything that is happening in the zoo. Continue to call attention of the world and let them know that the innocent must be let go. That everybody have the right to freedom. Everyone have the right to be free. Today we are discussing Nigeria, the Biafran question, leadership, national cohesion, and the search for peace. Once again, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. Thank you for joining me today, wherever you are joining this program from. Today's discussion addresses one of the most consequential and emotionally charged subjects in Nigerian modern history. The Biafran question. The idea of self-determination. The public rules of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa and Joko. The foreign value system across Nigeria, and the broader question of how lasting peace and stability might be achieved. That is what we are discussing today. And we will try as much as possible to dissect these topics. Look into different perspectives and different opinions of people. Remember, in this platform, we accommodate every opinion and all ideas. You are entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. You must not agree with me, and I must not agree with you. But at the end of the day, after we exchange views, we go back and listen to what we have just said. Just maybe we might be getting the answer. These issues affect millions of people. They involve history, identity, law, politics, security, economic and human rights. They also evoke strong emotion and deeply held conviction. Biafra and self-determination is what we're talking about. My purpose today is not to tell you what to think. Rather, it is to encourage thoughtful reflection on why this question continues to shape public debates and why peaceful dialogue remains important. Nigeria can continue to run away from the issue of Biafra self-determination until thy kingdom come. It will never go away. The earlier Nigeria dialogue with the Biafrans, the earlier Nigeria come to table with the Biafran people, the better for them. If you think you can take away the Biafran cause by violence, or you can take away the Biafran struggle by gelling leaders, you have something else coming. to understand today's discussion, it is helpful to look briefly at history. Nigeria is a diverse country comprising hundreds of ethnic groups, multiple religions, and many languages. Since independence in 1960, their so-called independence, successive governments have faced the challenge of governing a country with great diversity while promoting national cohesion. It has always been a challenge. It does not matter the government that comes. It doesn't matter who is in charge. It doesn't matter how smart, how intelligent you are. Successive governments have always faced the challenge of governing a country with great diversity while promoting national cohesion. It is a challenge. From independence till date, this has been a challenge. And this challenge can never, ever, ever be solved if you can be truthful with yourself. Why? Because of value system. Because of the diversity and different value system, you can never find what is called national cohesion. Never, ever. You can continue to deceive yourself. You can continue to make yourself feel well. But at the end of the day, the truth remains the truth. The Declaration of Republic of Biafra in 1967 and the Nigerian Civil War that follows remain defining events. The war resulted in immense suffering of the Biafran people, widespread displacement of the Biafrans, and the loss of many civilian lives, children most especially, and women who were starved to death, died out of hunger, not in the bullet. A war crime was committed in Biafra land. The legacy of the Civil War continues to influence politics today. Memory and identity for many people in the contraption called Nigeria. This is something that you cannot take away. And the most dangerous thing and most painful thing that Nigeria has refused to address the issue of Biafra. Remember, they said, no victor, no vanquish. Biafrans say, okay, let's give it a chance and see if it works. They organized the 3R: reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reintegration. This 3R was announced by Gowon. Was it implemented? Was the 3R implemented? None was implemented. The politicians of today confirmed it. The idiot in Anambra State, when Atiku was campaigning, he reminded Atiku about the 3R. He reminded Atiku about the 3R that was not implemented. And he asked him if he's going to implement it. This Seibo in Anambra. So when we say this, it's not as if we are making it up. The 3R, which was the base upon which Biafrans accepted the no victor, no vanquish, it was not implemented. Reintegration. Nigeria did not want us to reintegrate. Even up to today, Nigeria do not allow Biafrans to reintegrate. We are reintegrating ourselves into Nigeria by force. And that is why at every little opportunity, they destroy our house, they destroy our properties, they destroy our businesses, and they take our lives. Simply because we reintegrate ourselves into Nigeria. Reconstruction was not done. That is why today, till now, there is no president of the federal government in Biafra land. No presence. They refused to reconstruct. Instead, they went to places where the war did not take place. There is still reconstruction going on in Lagos. Reconstruction going on in Abuja. Reconstruction going on in Kanu. But a place where the war was fought, Biafra land, there was no reconstruction. What about rehabilitation? There was no rehabilitation. Instead of rehabilitating us, what did they do? They keep us reminding us of our old wounds. That was why the late Muhammad Buhari called us a dot. At every given point of opportunity, they insult us and let us know that they have fought with us in the war and they're going to fight again, even though the war was not just with Nigeria. It was Biafra against the world. In a war where the British were involved, the United States was involved, Russians were involved, and so many other countries, all the Arab countries were involved in fighting against a little David. And we fought and fought until they said no veto, no vanquish. Today, the 3R has not been implemented till this day as we speak. They did not allow us to reintegrate. They did not engage in rehabilitation. They did not reconstruct. And all they do is to take away the history of Biafra from their history book. Because of Biafra, they decided to abandon history. They decided to abandon the teaching of history in their schools. You can no longer teach history in order to escape from the story of Biafra. But no matter how they try to dodge it, the Biafran story will continue to haunt the zoo. It will continue to haunt them. Different communities remember this history in different ways. For some, it reinforces the importance of national unity. For others, it underscores the need to address long-standing grievances more effectively. Long-standing grievances more. This is the most important aspect of it. But will they pay attention? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We are not going to stop. We will continue to demand for our freedom, regardless what anybody says or what they think. The concept of self-determination exists in international law, but its application is often debated based on who is practicing it or how you are applying it. But I want you to understand the concept of self-determination exists in international law, which is the reason why we are doing what we are doing. What we are pursuing today is self-determination for the Biafran people. Those of us that support self-determination, we argue that people should have meaningful opportunity to determine their political future. That is what we are saying. Particularly where we believe we face persistent political and social grievances. In the case of Nigeria, where being an Igbo man is a death sentence, identifying as a Biafra is a death sentence. Being a Christian is a death sentence. How can you survive in such an environment? How can any sensible person continue to strive to be in such an environment, in a very hostile environment, where you live as an endangered species all the days of your life? How will you advise somebody to continue to exist in such an environment? I want everyone listening to know that each time when we talk about self-determination, it is to save life. This is not about resources. It is not about being smart. It is not about being clever. It is not about population. It's not about resources. It is about saving life. The reason we fight for self-determination is to save life, to save the life of the Biafran people. That is why. Some people may point out international law also places significant emphasis on territorial integrity of existing states, and that constitutional framework and negotiated political solutions are generally preferred to unilateral separation. This is the argument some people put, but I bet you, in the case of Nigeria today, after more than 60 years, after more than 100 years, Nigeria has not become a nation. After more than 100 years, Nigeria has not found unity. After 100 years, you are still busy reminding people that they are one. That is why you hear the phrase, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Why would you have such phrase even after 100 years? Doesn't that ring a bell in your ear? Doesn't that tell you that this nation is not one and can never be one? What are you waiting for? Why are you so scared of separation? Separation that I know will make you think better, will make you more secure, will make you more responsible and reasonable. It will make you much more safer. I can never imagine. Why are you scared of it? Why are you scared of it? In practice, this principle can come into tension. And different countries have approaches, similar questions on different ways when it comes to agitation, self-determination. Mostly in Africa, the government will change it to become violence. In Europe, in Asia, in other places, all it demands is a seat at the round table and discuss. A genuine talk, and people will have their way and be who they want to be. But in Africa, it's a different ball game. You talk about self-determination, they see you as a threat. The next thing is a campaign against you, and they try to take your life. And if you're not careful, you'll be gone. Simply because you asked for a legitimate right. Public attention have often focused on our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Simon Ekpa, because of their influence in public discussion surrounding the Biafra movement. You can never take it away from them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the focus. You can't take it away. Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, also a focus. You can't take it away. Hate them, like them. The truth remains the truth because of their influence in public discussions surrounding the Biafra movement. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken it to a different level. Mazi Simon Ekpa, they say, look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Even in detention, he's making wave outside. Even from detention, he was able to recover IPOB. From detention, he was able to write to Donald Trump. From detention, he was able to reach out to activists outside like Arnold. This is a man that makes impact wherever he is because he knows what he wants. Because he's sincere. Because he is legitimate. We view our leaders, the supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, we view them as figures who have articulated concerns about governance, representation, and the rights of communities in the southeastern Nigeria, the old southeastern region. Their pursuit is not just for the Igbos. It's not something of tribe, no. The old southeastern region, Biafra land. We're talking about the Biafra, a place that have existed. Just like yesterday when we were talking, somebody was talking about the issue of Biafra as if it is something that never existed before, as if it's something that doesn't have a boundary. And this is how many people see. When we talk about Biafra, we are not talking about something on the air or something that doesn't exist. Biafra have always existed and will continue to exist in our mind. Biafra was a country, complete country that ran itself for 3 good years. We had our president. We had our money. We had our national anthem. We had our courts. We had our laws. We had a map. And we had a flag. So whenever we talk about Biafra, stop looking at it as something that has not existed before or something that is being created. It's not about the Igbos. It is the old southeastern region. And the map is still there, which comprises of the present day south-south, southeast, lower Kogi, lower Benue. You can't change that. But we know that critics, including Nigerian authorities and others, have raised legal and security concerns regarding aspects of the movement and have emphasized the importance of maintaining national unity and public order. Every time they say to maintain national unity is why they will not look into the issue of self-determination. But it has been more than 60 years of independence. Yet, there is nothing like national unity in Nigeria. It's been more than 60 years, yet no national unity. And it's been more than 100 years of amalgamation, yet there is no national unity. There is no national unity. Nigeria, after many years, is still preaching one Nigeria. They are still in the message of unity. Unite with who? Who are you going to unite with? Who are you going to unite with? Are you going to unite with people who value animal more than human being? Are you going to unite with people who take innocent life without mounting? Are you going to unite with people who will force you against your will to embrace a religion that is not yours? How is that supposed to happen? How are you going to be in unity with such people? A unity that takes away your rights. A unity that takes away your senses. But this is the excuse they always give. National unity and public order. That is why they attack the members of IPOB. That is why they take the life of members of IPOB. That's why speaking about Biafra makes you an enemy. That's why holding the Biafran flag is like you're holding a time bomb. Because they have refused to listen to the voice of reason. They have continued to pretend and protect Nigeria, to work for those who do not mean well for them. Even though the Biafrans are fighting for every indigenous person to make sure that we have a life. Yet, nobody's paying attention. These different assessments illustrate how the same public figures can be viewed very differently depending on political perspectives. Many people view Mazi Nnamdi Kanu differently. They view Mazi Nnamdi, but at the end of the day, two of them are pursuing the same cause. But what you see in Nigeria, the game they play is that when they want to demonize one, they promote the other. They use one against the other. That is what they have been using. That is how they manage to penetrate into IPOB. To use IPOB to write petition against Mazi Nnamdi, even standing witness in Finland. A man that is fighting for your own freedom. It is sad. Very, very sad. These different assessments illustrate how the same public figures can be viewed very differently depending on the political perspectives. Until you understand that what we have in Nigeria is a destructive diversity, that there will never be anything called national cohesion. You will not. Until you accept this truth, you will continue to wallow in your idiocy, in your falsehood and deceit. you will continue to wallow in your deceit, in your falsehood. But I bet you, no matter how long you try, failure will be your portion. Nigerian diversity is one of the greatest strengths that it also presents significant governance challenges. Just as they say, their popular statements, they will tell you, oh, diversity is their strength. Diversity is their strength. Sound good when you are talking about a responsible and reasonable people. Not the kind of diversity you have in Nigeria. What you have in Nigeria is a destructive diversity. The diversity that took the life of Akaloka. The diversity that took the life of Deborah. The kind of diversity that have continued to take the life of Christians in the northern part of Nigeria today. That can never be strength. That can never, ever be regarded as strength. A diversity that takes life, a diversity that destroys your business, a diversity that makes it impossible for you to be whom you are, that cannot be regarded as strength. What we have in Nigeria is a destructive diversity. And until you destroy that diversity, it will definitely destroy you. That is why the Biafrans, we don't want to wait to be destroyed by the diversity. We are destroying the diversity. And we are going back of it to be whom we are supposed to be. Even though they talk about the diversity, say it creates governance challenge. Those that claim it is strength also admit that diversity, that very diversity, is a challenge to governance. Different regions often have distinct historical experience, economic priority, cultural tradition, political expectation. This difference can influence debates about federalism, resource allocation, representation, and constitutional reform. These are the problems that can never ever be solved for as long as you remain in the zoological Republic of Nigeria. These are issues that are created by diversity, and you can't solve it except you end diversity. Historical experiences, economic priorities. Today, you see a full animal and believe that it's the only cow that needs to be alive. Your farm needs to be destroyed. Whatever or other things you're doing should be destroyed, and then the cow should be applauded and given a house in Asoro. What a disgraceful diversity, and you want it. Cultural traditions. Our culture differ and can never meet. The culture of the Biafran people and that of the core north has no meeting point. We have no meeting point whatsoever. We can even have a meeting point with the Yoruba, but to the north, there's no meeting point. Political expectations. It is because of that same diversity that some people believe politically that they are born to rule, and they don't hide it. They tell you that they are born to rule, and they act towards it. And these things were put in place intentionally by the British. They tell you they are born to rule. They tell you they have numbers. Whoever they decide to become the president, become the president. Political expectations. Destructive diversity. These differences can influence debate about federalism, resource allocation, representation, constitutional reform. There are certain things that you cannot solve just by wishing it away. It's just like when they come to the election, we talked about it yesterday. You can never see anybody contesting as a Nigerian president. All you need to do is to sit back and listen to their tone, undertone. Forget about what they say in their mouth. Every time in the election, that's the coming election today, all you're going to see is Fulani president, Hausa president, Northern president, Southern president, Igbo president, Yoruba president, Ijo president. It's either regional or tribal. That has always been the case. And how can a nation survive in that manner? And because of this tribalistic issue, that is why it is impossible to find a proper integrity in Nigeria. You can't see accountability in Nigeria. It can never happen. Nobody can be held accountable for any crime. Because his own group, they will come out and tell you that they are being witch hunted. That they are being witch hunted. And because of that, whoever becomes the president is rendered useless and powerless, and you can't do anything. Many analysts argue that improving institutions, strengthening the rule of law, expanding economic opportunities, and ensuring equal treatment under the law are important components of building trust across diverse communities. But will you have that in Nigeria? It's impossible. Very impossible. Very impossible. How can you strengthen the rule of law in a corrupt country like Nigeria? How can you strengthen the law when even the lawmakers themselves are the architects of the evil? We just had a revelation where someone from Asia was duped in the police headquarters. Duped. And somehow you come to tell me that things are good. How is it going to work? How are you going to get it right? How? Just explain how. How? How can you strengthen the rule of law in Nigeria? In a place where a vice president told you that even if he see his brother chopping off the head of a man, he will support him because it's his brother. This person that is your vice president today, Shitima, he said it, that even if he sees another man chopping off the head of somebody and eating it, he will continue to support that very person. He spoke his own out the same manner. There are many Yorubas that have the same mindset today. There are some Igbos that have the same mindset. As long as it is their person, a person of their tribe, they no longer have their common sense. Why is it so? Because we are living in a diverse country. You are living in a country where you don't have the same value system. So everybody is competing with others in a very dangerous way. And the problem can never be solved. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Expanding the economic opportunity. How can you expand the economic opportunity when the Fulanis will stop you from farming? They destroy your businesses, destroy the life of farmers. How can you expand? How can you ensure equal treatment under the law in Nigeria? How? How is it possible? The only time you see them take action on fraud is when somebody from the south committed a fraud. But we have seen fraudsters from the northern part of Nigeria who stole billions. Nobody prosecute them. Nobody arrest them. In fact, nobody tells the story more than once. And you still want to be part of that contraption. It is sad. How can you ensure equal treatment under the law? Which is very important. Very important component of building trust across diverse communities. but you don't have its presence. Others believe that deeper constitutional restructuring could help address long-standing concern. We have passed restructuring. And even as that, at the restructuring, you had the vice president today say that restructuring is over his dead body. He said restructuring my food. So restructuring doesn't even come to the table on this government. The vice president said restructuring my food. And that is why you see them giving different types of interpretation to it. A common word that when you talk about restructuring in Nigeria, even a child is supposed to know what you're talking about, but they will misinterpret it and twist it and give it a different meaning. It is sad. Regardless of political viewpoints, there is broad agreements that civilians live. Regardless political viewpoints, there is broad agreement that civilians' lives should be protected and that violence should be avoided. Is civilian life protected in Nigeria? 2-year-old child is in the hand of a terrorist. And the country is moving on. No progress. Nothing. 2-year-old child. And yet you call that a country. I don't know how you describe such entity as a country. Communities across Nigeria have experienced the consequences of insecurity, including displacements, economic disruption, and loss of life. This is what communities in Nigeria experience every single day. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. This is the reality of Nigeria. Communities across Nigeria experience the consequence of insecurity, including displacements, economic disruption, and loss of life. But in the midst of all this, there is no solution. This reality highlights the importance of pursuing solutions that reduce tensions, encourage dialogue, and respect human dignity. That is all we are calling for. But Nigeria don't accept dialogue. They prefer to dialogue with the terrorists than to dialogue with legitimate people who are in aggrieved. I pray that Chukwu Okada will give us wisdom to do what we have to do. Now let's talk about the international community. International organizations and foreign governments often encourage peaceful dialogue, respect for human rights, due process, and adherence to international legal standards. These are just English words adopted and spoken by this international organization. But when it comes to application, they are no way. Because if they apply what they say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be in detention. Mazi Ekpa will not be in detention. But because they have a mission, because their evil is before them, that is why they will continue to pretend. Pretend that they're not seeing what is happening, even when the evil is staring at them. The international community, no matter how you look away, the Nigerian issue will continue to haunt you. External actors may support mediation, humanitarian assistance, or efforts that encourage peaceful resolution of dispute. Ultimately, however, durable political settlements generally depends on choice made by the people and institutions within the country. The decision of the Biafran people, the decision of the people in the Zoological Republic will determine if they want peace or not. It does not just lie on the United Nations. The people themselves will determine if they want peace or not. Looking forward, there are different views about the best path forward. Some advocate constitutional reform or greater devolution of power. These are the grammar we have heard many times. Is it going to change anything? The answer is no. Some support stronger federal institutions while maintaining national unity. The moment you talk about national unity, you already know it doesn't exist because there is no nation to unite. There is no nation to unite. So why are you talking about national unity? Others continue to advocate for self-determination through peaceful and lawful means. That is the only solution. The only ultimate and genuine solution to the issue of Nigeria. Self-determination through peaceful and lawful means. Although this position differs, constructive public discussion benefits when participants engage respectfully, rely on evidence, and reject violence. The Biafran people have always rejected violence. The people that makes our agitation look violent is the government through their false flag. They have always done it and they will continue to do it. And when they do that, they blame us. Nigerian future will depend on how its people and leaders respond to complex questions about governance, inclusion, justice, and national identity. Nigeria does not have any national identity. Maybe you don't know. Nigeria does not have any national identity. Show me one. No national food, no national religion. And these are the things you can talk about. Nobody is a Nigerian. Nobody. They can continue to peddle their lies. But we know that none of it is. Whatever one perspective, peacefully dialogue, respect for human rights, and commitment to lawful process remain important foundation for addressing difficult political questions. Easier said than done, but they are not ready to apply it. They are not ready to accept peaceful dialogue. They don't respect human rights. It is sad, but that is the bitter truth that we must tell. We are going to play some videos for you to see what is happening in the Zoological Republic. I really thank Chukwu Okikabia. You see, God has a way of doing his things. Just when you think all hope is lost, then you begin to hear voices from the wilderness speaking. Today we are hearing different voices from different angles on what is going on in Nigeria. Europe is on fire. The debate of Christian genocide is on fire in Europe. It's on fire. And there is nothing anybody can do about that to stop it. You can't stop it. And we are going to try to bring it up so that you can see what is going on. No matter how they try to hide it, no matter what they try to do, we will not accept. We will definitely continue to expose their evil. Donald Trump started this mission and he went back. But by the grace of Chukwu Okikabia today, many people are coming out. Europe is on fire and they want to do the needful. I pray they do. I pray. I pray they do. Let us see if we can be able to get that video. Let's see the videos we can be able to get so that we can share with you for you to know what is happening. That it is not business as usual. It is not business as usual. Things are changing. People are speaking up.
One thing, Christianophobia. I know it is not as trending as defending Islam.
We are no longer talking about Islamophobia. It's Christianophobia. That's what's happening in Nigeria today. Christianophobia. It's not only them that know how to talk about Islamophobia. Christianophobia is happening in Nigeria today. And Europe is having debates. Let's listen to him.
We must start talking about one thing, Christianophobia. I know it is not as trending as defending Islam in this chamber, but for once, could we pay attention to what is happening to Christians in Nigeria? In rural villages, believers have been attacked, displaced, and killed by armed extremist actors like Boko Haram and other jihadist militias. It is no coincidence that the persecution of Nigerian Christians is heavily concentrated in the country's northern regions, a region where several states have Muslim majorities and have adopted Sharia law. This House simply cannot look away. It must find its backbone and defend the Christian world globally and in Europe as well, because the Christian world is worth defending. Thank you.
I'm happy that Europe is joining the queue. Europe is joining the queue. But they should go a step ahead to understand that this country called Nigeria cannot survive the way it is. Just like he mentioned the Sharia law. There is nothing wrong for those who want the Sharia law to have it in their own country, where there are people already, as we speak, northern states are already practicing. Why not give them their country? Be on your own and do it. Why are you still forcing yourself into a country where you don't belong? Why are you still calling yourself a secular country? You can't be a secular country. You can't be secular with Sharia law present in your law. You can't be secular. It's not possible. Why not go a step further and ask these people to be on their own? What will it take for that truth to be spoken? What will it take for that truth to be spoken? What are you waiting for to speak that truth? Why we are losing more innocent people? Many innocent lives today are wasted. And yet, here we are, talking. Here we are, pretending that all is well, even when we know that all is not well. How many people more need to die before Nigeria will take the bold step? How many people more do you need to die in Nigeria before a bold step is taken? I'm asking an honest question. How many people more is the world expecting to die before they take action? It's a good thing that that debate is happening in Europe today, but that is not enough. That is not enough. It's a good thing that the debate is happening, but that is not enough. So I ask the international community, how many lives more need to go before you do the needful? You know the right thing to do. It is not an experiment. It is something that has been tested, tried, tested, and it worked. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? That's my question.
People were massacred at a Kabul village, and our thoughts are with the families of the victims.
See the
Violence
debate.
in Nigeria is driven by disputes over land and water, climate change, poverty, criminality, weak governance, persistent impunity, and deep-rooted religious, ethnic, and intercommunal tensions. Together, these pressures have fueled a brutal cycle of revenge, and breaking that cycle requires more than expressions of outrage. To the colleagues who rightly demand the protection of Christian communities in Nigeria, I ask to look at the actions of your global conservative allies. Last year, Trump dismantled USAID.
You see, in every of these debates, you will still see some idiots. Like this woman that is speaking is just an idiot. She is just an idiot. She came to blame climate change, claimed to blame governance, and blaming Donald Trump for the Christian genocide that is going on in Nigeria today. That is how insane some people can be in the world. That people today come out in a debate in Europe and they are blaming Donald Trump for the Christian genocide that is happening. This is something that started even before Donald Trump became the president of the United States the first time. Christian genocide is older than so many countries of the world. Christian genocide in Nigeria. It didn't start yesterday. It didn't start 10 years ago. It didn't start 20 years ago. It did not start from Biafra Civil War. It started all the way back to 1945. And look at somebody coming to debate. Even at this point in time, when it has become very clear to the whole world that there is nothing like farmer or farmer-elder clashes in Nigeria. Look at MP, this idiot, still talking about clashes, talking about climate change. Climate nonsense. This is one of the rubbish they use to destroy the world and to push their wicked agenda of evil. You are blaming climate change for the terrorism in the north. What has climate change got with you taking knife to chop somebody's head off? The climate change made you to go and buy AK-47 and be in the forest. Climate change made them to go and carry AK-47 and take the lesson of Christians. But somebody still come and make this stupid argument. You will always find idiots like this while people are making good comments. You will still see idiots like this. Let's listen to nonsense she's saying.
Innocent people were massacred at a Kabul village, and our thoughts are with the families of the victims. The violence in Nigeria is driven by disputes over land and water, climate change, poverty.
Imagine that is due to the dispute of land and water. That the violence in Nigeria is due to dispute on land and water. Who told this woman? Some idiot will just sit back and write. You can imagine. I don't know the country where these idiots come from. This lie, blatant lie of climate change. This was what Obama used to destroy Nigeria. Climate change. The lie of the Obamas, that is what this idiot brought in a debate about Christian genocide. And end up blaming Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump does not support their climate change initiative. Who said that climate change is the reason Boko Haram is destroying life? Who said that climate change is the reason the Fulanis are taking over lands? Who told you that? The insecurity in Nigeria, the terrorism in Nigeria has nothing to do with climate change. It has nothing to do with farmers and herders. This is a jihadic agenda to take over Nigeria and make it a model of the Fulani Janjaweed, what they want. How dare you speak about climate change, even when it is obvious, the truth are already out. You see, sometimes when these people speak, I wonder why they think that they are smart. Why they think that they are smart and the other people are idiots. Even people that have evidence. You have not visited Nigeria. Even if you visited or you didn't visit, all you need to do is to pay attention to the history. of how this genocide has been going since 1945. Since 1945. And today you are talking about climate change and blame Donald Trump for the Christian genocide. This is the highest level of idiocy. And you can only find this in Europe. Nonsense. Speak, let's hear your nonsense.
Weak governance, persistent impunity, and deep-rooted religious, ethnic, and intercommunal tensions. Together, these pressures have fueled a brutal cycle of revenge, and breaking that cycle requires more than expressions of outrage. To the colleagues who rightly demand the protection of Christian communities in Nigeria, I ask to look at the actions of your global conservative allies. Last year, Trump dismantled USAID with enormous consequences in Nigeria. Hundreds of schools in conflict-affected areas were closed. 1/5 of the national healthcare budget was taken away. Imagine the consequences on maternal health and on the fight against HIV. Conservatives have defunded the very local networks, many of them Christian faith-based healthcare providers that offered a front line against poverty and radicalization. I call on the EU to be a committed partner in supporting humanitarian aid, conflict prevention, justice reform, and climate resilience, and on the Nigerian authorities to protect all civilians, and on my colleagues to also make sure that right-wing populism doesn't cut away international aid. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We will always see idiots like this who they write a script and give you to come and read in a very sensitive debate. A debate that is about human life. You come there, you write a script, they give you a script to read, and you come and read and you say thank you and you walk away. You look at her, how she looks in all she's speaking. Blaming climate change for the insecurity in Nigeria is the greatest disservice you can do to the innocent life that people are losing daily. The greatest disservice to Nigeria is to tag the insecurity to climate change. This is what they have done for a long time. This is what the globalists have done for a long time to push their evil agenda. It is these same people that are trying to Islamize Nigeria that are the ones that are pushing this narrative. Climate change made you to supply AK-47, buy AK-47 and begin to take innocent life. Climate change made you to go and destroy, take your cow, go into the farm and destroy the farms. Climate change made you to come to the south to come and take innocent life. To go and kidnap in Kwara. You go and kidnap a child of 2 years old. Climate change made you to go and kidnap a child of 2 years old in Kwara State. Climate change made you to go and invade school and take all the children in school. Excusing terrorism. That is what that woman just did. Excusing terrorism. We know there will always be some foolish idiots like this on the planet Earth, where responsible discussions are made, and you come there to speak arrant nonsense that does not hold water. You come there to spill evil, lie from the pit of hell, and somehow you think you have done well. You think you have done well somehow, right? You think you have done well. It will never be well with you. It will never be well with you. Let us look for another one. There's another video again we need to also project. There's another video. But the most interesting thing is that the debate is already on. The debate is heated up, is going on. And it is interesting that even as the United States has started it, decided to withdraw. The rest world are not withdrawing, they are paying attention. They are paying attention. And by the grace of Chukwu Abiyama, the needful will be done. The needful will be done. By the grace of Chukwu Abiyama, the needful will be done. We will never back down. We will never, ever back down. Every one of us, we must continue to pay attention to what is happening. And Chukwu Okike Abiama will fight this battle. Let us listen to this one.
The horrific attacks in Kabel village, where innocent Christians, including their pastor, were brutally killed, is yet another tragic reminder of the escalating violence against Christians communities in Nigeria. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Nigeria has become one of the most dangerous places in the world to be Christian. Across the country, Christian communities face repeated attacks by Faluni militants, Boko Haram, and other organized groups. Violence is part of a broader and deeply worrying pattern of persecution. EU must therefore strongly condemn these attacks and press on the Nigerian government to step up its fight against the armed militant groups responsible for this violence. I call on the Commission to give urgent attention to the worrying situation of Christians in Nigeria and all persecuted religious communities in Nigeria. We had a very fruitful discussion this morning with the newly appointed EU Special Envoy on Religious Freedom, Mairead McGuinness, and I look forward to working with her to help Christian and other religious groups to facing persecution. Thank you very much.
This is it. The Christian genocide today, the debates is on in the European Union. Donald Trump started it, and for one reason or the other, he's backing down from it. But just as Chukwu Okike Abiama might have it, whatever will be, will be. He will always do his thing the way he wants to do it. As this debate is heating up, we believe that solution will come. Solution will come. It will come when you don't even expect it. It will come. When you least expect it, that's when it will come. So, wherever you are, you must never bow down. We must not back down. The Christian genocide is real. It didn't start yesterday. And even if you fail to address the Biafran issue, there is no way you can address Christian genocide effectively without touching the issue of Biafra, because that is the origin of what you are seeing today. The genocide you are seeing today against the Christians started with the Biafran people, with the Igbos more especially, since 1945. This genocide has been going on since 1945. In the 80s, I witnessed it in the northern part of Nigeria. 90s, I witnessed it in the northern part of Nigeria. It was always an attack on the Igbos, simply because they are Christians. They call us Inyamiri. And anyone that identifies as a Christian is seen as Inyamiri. And in all this attack, there has never been any compensation. Nobody talks about it. Most time, initially they address it as a riot. Most of you who are very conversant with the issue here, they will tell you about Kanu riot, Yola riot, Kaduna riot. When you hear about these terrorist attacks, where innocent lives lost, where they take innocent life. But then they were not addressing it as terrorism. They were just addressing it as they call it riot. That's what they call it then. And when they just announce it, they just announce it casually. And in all these riots, hundreds of people die. Thousands die. Kaduna riot, Kanu riot, Bauchi riot, Yola riot. In all the northern part of Nigeria, every one of them have experienced one riot or the other. In Sabongiri, properties destroyed, lives destroyed. And the only way they identify you in the north is you being a Christian. If you are a Christian, you are an Inyamiri. If you are a Christian, they see you as a Inyamiri. You see, when we are talking about Nigerian diversity, if you are not a Nigerian, you will not understand. If you are not a sincere and genuine Nigerian, you will not understand the depth of the diversity in Nigeria. If you are watching from distance, when we complain, you will just look as if it's just a rhetoric we are trying to entertain, but it's not entertainment. It's not entertainment. The diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one. A diversity where a fellow human being does not see you as a human being. They look at you, you are less than human. They regard a fowl. They regard their fowl more important than you. They can take your life to protect their fowl. They don't see you as a human being. How can you live with such people? How can you survive in such environment? An environment where you are not regarded as human. You are not seen as human. Even when in the standard of human, you are much, much better as a human being than those who denigrate you and look down on you. The diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one. It is not something that you can amend. It is not something that you can manage. If you refuse to address it at the right time, it is a time bomb that will definitely explode. It's just a question of time. At the right time, it will explode. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it will definitely explode. That is how bad it is in the zoological republic called Nigeria. That is how bad it is to identify with that entity called Nigeria. With the people you call your founding father also agree with what I'm saying. They agreed. The people today that some of you address as founding father, they agree with everything I'm saying here, that Nigeria is not one, can never be one, and cannot be redeemed. Tafawa Balewa said it in ABC. He told Nnamdi Kanu to his face, we are not one. We are not one. We can't be one. We are different people, completely different people. Awolowo also said the same thing and described Nigeria as just a geographical expression. That is what they call it. It's just a geographical expression to a name that was used to describe people that are living in a certain area, not a nation. Dr. Nnamdi Kanu said it, that if we fail to go our separate ways peacefully, now that we have the opportunity, it is going to happen in such a chaotic way that the whole world will watch, will see, and cry. This is the speeches of people you call your founding father. This is what they said. But today, an idiot will still come and begin talking about unity of Nigeria, presidency of Nigeria, unity of whatever in Nigeria, one Nigeria, something that you know is impossible. There was a video I have played in one of my programs where a lawmaker was defending animals more than a human being. Defending a Fulani and said that Fulanis love their cow more than a human being. And she was vehemently defending it. That their their cow should be protected because they love their cow more than him. That they can take the life of a human being to protect their cow. And you want me to live with such people in the same country. You want me to share a country with this kind of individuals. Only a deranged person will accept to share a country with such animalistic people. Who cares more? Who place animal ahead of a human being? And when you say it, you call it hate. It's not hate. It is truth. You know, truth is bitter, but must be spoken, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or you don't like it, we must put the truth. Wherever you are watching this program, don't look back. The time is close. The time for us to look forward is here. This is not the time for looking back. It's not the time for propaganda, blackmail, or any kind of idiocy. Stand your ground. Self-determination of Biafran people is all we're asking for. If you're a Biafran, focus on the collective interests of your people. Self-determination. We don't have interest in Nigerian politics and whatever they want to do. All we are asking is an independent state of Biafra, and that we are going to get. Continue to support our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and promote the cause. Support our Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa and pray for his release very soon. Wherever you are watching this program from. As always, we will try as much as possible to go to their conventional media also and see what they have in their media. We are going to bring to you what they have in their media. So from there, we can be able to share some other critical and important information that you need to hear and you need to see. It is important that we keep these informations. We keep them coming. You know the reason we go to their conventional media is to make sure that we confirm every single thing we are saying through their own media. Because some of them will think we are making it up. If you are not a Nigerian, you might think we are making it up. And some of them will be pretending not to see. So we go to their media to bring similar things. Because when you go to their media, what you're going to see is exactly what I'm saying now. The only difference is that they're going to put political correctness in their own. But we say it raw the way it is, without fear of effort. I want us to have a short break, and then we will come back and go to their media and see what they have in the media today. Let's have a quick break and come back.
Follow for Gotao. Them say Tinubu don't follow for Gotao. Tinubu don't follow for Gotao. He want to take it tax to chop off our head. Senate House fall and the criminals. Country military fall and the terrorists. Injustice on motor shop get law for inside court. Changaro Republic at the government. Kamalami don't fall for Gotao. Him and GFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for Gotao. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machambo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows that the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for Gotao. They make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for waiting for us. Thank you for being part of this program and joining us up to this very moment. I appreciate every one of you that have been part of this program. And now we are going to go to their media to bring out some information that they have in their media. Things that are happening around the world, and some informations that are also coming from Nigeria on what they are doing, and even more especially on the insecurity, which you know is always the biggest thing that you always see in their media. So we're going to go there now and get to their media, as you always know, in as much as we understand their weaknesses, their false informations, but to an extent, we can equally make use of what we have to educate the world and also the people on what is happening in the Zoological Republic and what it looks like in Nigeria. So it won't be that we are just on our own saying things without confirmation. So let us start from here. Lawyers file FOIL requests, demand record on billions collected under Tinubu's NUPRC oil and gas royalty directives. That's fraud. Everything they are putting in place is for fraud, to extort. This one says, troops repel ISWAP attack, rescue abductees, arrest terrorist logistics supplier in northeast Nigeria. Every time, only logistics supplier that they arrest. Only logistics. And when you look at logistics supplier, you go now, you will see people that went and buy food for them, people that went and buy petrol, people that went and buy, this is the kind of, look at the young children that they arrest. That's it. But the main fighters are in the front and they will never do anything. They will come and go. Mad people everywhere. Edo Civil Society Coalition give DSS 48 hours to release the 10 journalists, Zainab Sadiq, threatened nationwide protests. They arrest this journalist just because she was doing her job. I think she's a journalist working with Showore and DSS. This is where they flex their muscle. When it comes to the Fulani terrorists, they can't do anything. But citizens, innocent citizens that are doing their legitimate job, that is where they show their muscle. Interpol. Nigeria joins Interpol anti-fraud operation across 97 countries. 5,811 suspects arrested. 293 million seized. That's it. You are joining. You are the one that created fraudsters, and you are part of the fraud. Only that your own is swept under the carpet. Showore accuses DSS DG Tosin Ajayi of orchestrating court attack, judicial manipulation, journalist arrest. That is what they do. They did it against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are doing it against Showore again. We know them. Once you are fighting a cause in Nigeria, a genuine cause, they will come after you. And that is the easiest way to know those who are genuine. When they come after you regularly in that manner, you know that what you are doing is getting them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, that when you are doing anything and Nigerian government is not attacking you, it means you are not having effect. When you are doing something and Nigeria is applauding you, Nigerians and Nigerians are applauding you, forget, you are lost. You are lost. Just have a change of way. Court declare EFCC raid in Nigerian comedian Song's home unlawful. Award 2 million in damages. That is what they do. EFCC, the innocent people is what they focus on. Young men and women, to arrest them is what they want. Look at fraud going in right, left, and center in the government. Fraud. Moving money from right, left, and center. Nobody is doing anything. But when it comes to individuals, before you know it, before you say Jack, they go and arrest the person. Mad people. Iran warned US of consequence after fresh Trump ordered airstrike. Says Strait of Hormuz will open only on our terms. Mad people. You haven't seen nothing yet. You haven't seen nothing yet. When they flex muscle, we'll see how it will end. You see this one. Look at how they are beating a matured man. A matured man. Delta Community Chairman flogged citizen for criticizing abandoned NDDC road project because he criticized ordinary community leader for abandoning road. They put him on the ground and they flog him. That is what Nigeria is. Ordinary community leader, look at how they are brutalizing somebody. Because he criticized them, because he criticized the community leader. Maybe they must have given the money, awarded the contract, and the man eats the money. And this one, they criticize him now. They catch him and they are flogging him. An innocent citizen. Just because he criticized the evil they are doing. That is the country you want me to be part of. God forbid. Zamfara Emir rejects farmers' headers narrative. Says northern Nigerian banditry grew from revenge killings. So farmer headers know they work again. But meanwhile, one idiot is the United Nations there talking about farmer headers. That idiot, that clown that I just played her video now, in the European Union debates, is still there talking about farmer headers clashes. Look at an emir saying a different thing. The narrative not the work again. Oh. The narrative is not working again. It says it's from revenge killing. Even your revenge killing, you haven't said it out. Revenging on what? What are you revenging? Revenging from what? Adeleke campaign alleges coordinated PVC buying, voters' data harvested ahead of Osun governorship election. That is what Nigeria is known for now. That is what they are known for. Are you surprised? Those kind of news doesn't move us anymore. Yoruba community gives Hausa scavengers 7 days to leave Ibadan or job after deadly clash. Yoruba community gives Hausa scavengers 7 days to leave Ibadan or job after deadly clash. You see, you will continue to hear this kind of ultimatum, giving people mandate ultimatum. Honestly, that was how the northern youth gave ultimatum to the Igbos to leave. Before you know, Yoruba will give Hausa will give, because we are not one people. Because we are not one people. You cannot see a person from the United States giving another person from the United States the ultimatum to leave in your own country. Or somebody from UK coming to give person from UK ultimatum to leave. Leave to where? But because Nigeria is not one, has never been one, and will not be one, you will continue to hear this kind of ultimatum. This is why disintegration remains the ultimate and peaceful way to solve the problem. Nothing less than that. DSS moves to arraign detained journalist Zainab Zadik over unknown offense. Showore, you can imagine. They want to take the girl to court for unknown offense. Nonsense. Mad people everywhere. Delta community chairman oversees flogging of indigent over Facebook posts on abandoned NDDC road. Imagine. Because somebody posted a video of road that was abandoned. Because somebody posted a video of road that was abandoned. That is why they were flogging this man. That is what we see in Nigeria. Intimidation. Ordinary local government chairman, of course, supported by the governor. Video. Fresh rain damages newly rehabilitated Moro Bridge in Kwara. And so, rehabilitation indeed. AAC accuses DSS of state terrorism over journalist Zainab Zadik detention, demands immediate release. That is what they do. State terrorism that one is very clear and seen. Gani Adams state sweep at Sunday Igbowo's Iru Ekun outfit says publicizing operation endangers lives. They show himself now. They show himself. That one concern. Court demand ex-CCT chairman Danladi Umar in Kuje prison over alleged kickbacks. Showore called for mass mobilization to Abuja court as DSS moves to arraign detained journalists, Zainab Zadik. Useless country where all you have is misplaced priority, where innocents are the only ones suffering. Exclusive. Police AIG postponed PCRC Zone 13 election amid alleged manipulation by National Chairman Olaniya Diara. You won't see anything. You haven't seen nothing yet. AAC petition police after Governor Okpabolo aides threatened to beat anyone wearing revolution beret in Edo. Diara. A lawless country. Zamfara Emir says northern Nigeria banditry spread after fighters were recruited from Mali, Burkina Faso. Who recruited them? That is the question. Who recruited them? Is it not you and your people? Is it not you and your politicians that recruited them? You brought them. You and your Baba Buhari, the late monster. Who are you preaching to? All of you go confess. All of you go confess. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the monster you are creating is going to haunt you. It will so haunt you that you won't have a place to hide. Zamfara Emir says northern Nigeria banditry spread after fighters were recruited from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. You are still recruiting, sir. Recruitment don't finish. No, continue. Continue. Stranded Nigerians, including children, sleep outside High Commission in South Africa. Demands more evacuation flights. And so, South Africa for that matter, putting the life of people in danger. Mieti Allah President Bello Badejo pleads not guilty to $2.63 million money laundering terrorism financing charges. Of course. Mieti Allah, are you people not they are the people that own the country, the government is yours? Of course, you plead not guilty, and at the end of the day, they will leave you. Look at the money they are calling. That idiot is laundering. Tinubu government pays 200,000 each to 500 CSO participants at Lagos Summit. Sources. It's not new. They are sharing money. It's a sharing money government. Everybody knows that. Police beat us, smashed our phone beyond recognition. Lawyers allege assault for recording brutality against tricyclists. That is it. That's Nigeria for you. That's Nigeria for you. Ondo South ignored audit query. Failed to produce contract record for 5 years. Auditor General. Country of illegality. Just pay attention to everything we are reading. It's about illegality and fraud. Wike to article. Orders seeking Bajamila's removal over fake agency. Form your own government and sack whoever you want. Imagine. The boldness of this idiot is something I don't understand. Somebody committed a crime and people are asking for the sack. You tell the person to go and form your own government and sack. Like you can't steal, you're not sacking. The boldness of this idiot is something that only in Nigeria everything is possible. The Hitler of Nigeria. Continue. Binance tax evasion case adjourned to September as Nigerian crypto firm pursue out-of-court settlement. Mad people everywhere. Lawyer Ejimako urges DSS to free journalist Zainab Sadiq, calls detention over drone possession and overkill. You see, they detain this lady just because she has a drone that she's using to cover what is happening. A journalist that is using drone to cover pictures and videos of what is happening. Because of the drone she's using for her job, that is why they detain her. Tomorrow they will present her as one of the Boko Haram logistic member. This is how they catch people. They say they provide logistics for Boko Haram, for terrorists. Idiots. Mad people everywhere. Activist Nasrallah remanded in prison after online posts demanding accountability in Plateau. Elgas, you see. If you are watching closely, how many people have you seen here detained now simply because they protested against illegality, or they spoke out about illegality? Activists today, once you mention a word and he says they arrest you and put you in prison, either against local government chairman or governor or anybody that is born connected. Once you say a word, they take you and arrest you. That is a country that is called the Zoological Republic. Amnesty International urges DSS to free journalist Zainab Sadiq, calls detention blatant abuse of power. Amnesty, you're always in Nigeria shouting now. If you talk finish, you go rest. Have there been any change in all the time you are shouting? Let Major General Rabi Fair sustained injury in terrorist camp that worsened because of diabetes. Rescued victim reveals. Maybe they say he died of this. That's how they left a general to die in the hand of the terrorists. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. No outrage, nothing. That's the country you want to be part of. Mad people. Did Governor Makinde call the president wicked defend? did Governor Makinde call the president? Wike defends Tinubu failure to call over Oyo school children abduction. Wike will always defend every nonsense. Now he can defend any nonsense. Are you surprised? Serap demand immediate release of journalist Zainab Sadiq by DSS. Slam Tinubu for violating press freedom. That's it. So go and say, the best military regime is worse than the worst democratic regime. Mad people everywhere. What APC crisis deepen as Orisun Ogomina. Go and sit down. Whatever you like, you do. Court remand 12 suspects in Anambra over alleged child abuse, abduction, assault. Audit report shows procurement lapses in Ondo State exposure to alleged contract fraud, bid rigging. Mad people everywhere. EFCC arraigned alleged fake car dealer over 15.4 million fraud in Enugu. Remands suspects. Nurses Forum accuses Lagos Hospital of exploitation. Immediate intimidation as police mediated settlement fails. As a bunch of idiots. Ogun Police Command kills 2 suspected kidnappers after rescue of abducted prince. Recover AK-47 rifle. So, 2.7 billion fraud. Court hears audio allegedly linking aviation ex-minister Siraka to consultancy deal. Adamawa Court finds ADC governorship candidates 3 million naira over alleged campaign posters on public infrastructure. Xenophobia Nigerian government evacuate fresh batch of 287 citizens from South Africa. Mad people everywhere. Mad people. Israel Prime Minister. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu vows Iran war not over as tension escalates in Middle East. Ghanaian community protest over Abuja estate crisis. Seek Tinubu Mahama's intervention. So Ghanaians even have a state in Nigeria. I thought it's only Nigeria that have a state in Ghana. Senator Natasha warns governors could weaponize state police against opponents. Demand constitutional safeguard. You know, more especially in your Kogi State where you have a crazy governor. Court remands former Access Bank employee in Ikoyi prison over alleged 294.5 million fraud. Civil society group called for strengthening of Nigerian intelligence agency to tackle insecurity. Mad people. There is nothing to strengthen in Nigeria. Strengthening the intelligence agency is strengthening the terrorists themselves. So the earlier you step aside and allow them to do their thing is just the best. I told bandits to kill my brother rather than pay 300 million. Zamfara Governor Lawal reject ransom payments, back state police. They didn't tell us whether they kill your brother or not. Because all this nonsense, after saying it, you go at the back and pay. I told bandits to kill my brother rather than pay 300 million ransom. Zamfara Governor Lawal reject ransom payment, back state police. Easier said than done. We will know whether you don't go pay them for back. Or you offer them something else and not give money. 3CSOS condemn growing tendency to turn civil society into government department in Nigeria. we were used. CDHR activists reject CSO summit in Lagos. Says participants were misled. Nonsense. We never see anything. What money cannot buy, more money will buy it. That is Tinubu. Nigerian troops foil terrorist attack on Katsina community, kill 8 suspects. That is Nigeria for you. Nigerian Nuclear Agency DG Yao Idris accused of victimizing senior staff for years without promotion. Nonsense. Nonsense. Bunch of idiotic people opening agencies that doesn't have effect, that doesn't have meaning, wasting money and people's resources. Tinubu summoned military chiefs, orders to emergency security meeting amid rising kidnapping banditry. Rubbish. Rubbish. Nothing will come out of it as usual. Nigerian troop arrests Chadian woman allegedly supplying drugs, alcohol to Boko Haram, ISWAP fighters in Borno. Chadian woman. I don't want to arrest. But the Boko Haram themselves are invisible. Leaked memo. Nigerian police order maximum security at presidential villa. Bar retired officers from main gate ahead of pension protest. That's what they are good at. Enugu residents protest 72 hours blackout. Accuse manpower of exploiting band a customer. Benga Oluwape Hoshi sues Accord Party. INEC seek recognition as party 2027 presidential candidate. Nonsense. Nonsense. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Israel warned US of alleged Iranian plot to assassinate Trump. Report says. Iranians to assassinate Trump. They will try, but are they going to succeed? That is the question. Israel doesn't just make a report. They don't use security for propaganda, not at all. So when they say a thing, there is a plan and they mean what they say. They mean it. Amnesty International condemned public flogging of Delta man over Facebook post lamenting abandoned road projects. That is it. Amnesty. You see what Nigeria has become. There will be no punishment for that man. Another person will still do it. People just complain online and you catch them and flog them. Terrorists will come online, share money and talk. You will not see them. Activist Justice Crack accuses the Defense Minister Musa of lying on TV, denies telling soldier to remove meat from meals. Police arrest Delta Community Chairman, 2 others over public flogging of residents. Police arrest Delta Community Chairman, 2 others over public flogging of residents. Yes. Not just arrest him, prosecute the idiot. Come on, community chairman. Dear Kenneth Okonkwo, Wokem, kedu ife name? My man, what's going on? By Rudolph Okonkwo. Nonsense. Nonsense and ingredient. There is a cruelty in prosecuting a man for saying what Nigerians whisper. Activists kill. Amachri says on show trial. Yes. What they whisper, a man said it boldly, and they are prosecuting him. Mad people. Lawyers, family barred from seeing military officers detained over alleged coup plot against Tinubu. Which one is this? Watch. Law graduates protest at university headquarters over failure to mobilize team for Nigeria law schools. What was this? They all Now law graduates protest at university headquarters over failure to mobilize them for Nigerian law schools. We must continue. Lagos Environmental Corps places operative court on camera, receiving cash from offenders on leave. That's all now. Now today, receiving cash and bribe, not be today. Not be today. That one is not a news in Nigeria. It is part of what makes Nigeria Nigeria. So when we don't see bribery and corruption and kickbacks, when you stop seeing it, you'll be wondering, is this not the zoo anymore? In fact, you will change your seat and be sure of where you are. You change your seat. So my fellow Biafrans, I think we have come to the last part of it. I appreciate every one of you that have been with us on this program. And the most important thing that you must know is that the quest for Biafra self-determination is something that is worth doing. And if you are a Biafra, continue to stand strong. We are in a very interesting time. Continue to support and demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, regardless what happens. Continue to support and demand the release of our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi is going to court on the 5th of August. And also remember that on the 4th, there is a protest in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi. That protest, every Biafra must be there. The same way we went to Finland for convention and for declaration, that same population at the same number is needed. That same population is needed in Finland to show support for our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi and demand his release. This will not be like the first hearing. This appeal is definitely going to be different, and Mazi Nnamdi will definitely join us. Try to participate in the protest. Get your tickets. Be in Finland 4th. On the 4th, be in Finland. The flyers are everywhere already. The flyers are everywhere. So if you have not seen the flyer, try as much as possible. Check online. You are going to see the flyer. I'm trying to see if I can see one of those flyers. It is everywhere. If you're on X, you will see the flyer. People are sharing the flyers across board. So if you're on X by now, you're supposed to have the flyer with you. You're supposed to see it. Even on Facebook, I have it on my Facebook, I have it on my X. If you're following me on X, you will see the flyer there. Many other people also have posted the flyer. So wherever you are, make sure you are part of this. Let me see if I can bring forward the flyer that I have here so that we can also look at it. That is the flyer. That's the flyer for the protest for Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko. It is going to take place on the 4th. So wherever you are, make sure you are part of it. It says protest, protest, protest. Free Simon Ekpa. Date 4th of August 2026. 10 a.m. in the morning. 10 a.m. That is the time. So try as much as possible to be there. Try as much as possible to be there. Do not be found wanting. Do not be found wanting. 4th of August 2026, 10 a.m. Venue, Vapo Odenke to 17 Lati Market Square, to Pajat Hammer Street Court, Lati, Finland. That is the venue. So for those of us who are preparing, you can take down the venue. The flyers are everywhere. Take the venue and take down the information that you need so that it can be there. The protest is going to happen on the 4th. 10 a.m. in the morning, 4th of August. We have some days to go. Some few days to go. The case is going to start on the 5th, but on the 4th, Biafrans will show solidarity with Mazi Simon Ekpa. So try as much as possible to join this very protest. Prepare yourself. Begin to prepare yourself now wherever you are. Begin to prepare yourself. Begin to prepare yourself and make sure you are part of that very protest. Let's see this. That's the press release. Let's see the press release for that, so that we can be able to follow press release for immediate release days, July 7, 2028. Update on the rally in support of Prime Minister, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoko, planned for Tuesday, August 4th. Tuesday, August 4th. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Brigade, wishes to clarify details regarding the upcoming rally in support of Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa Njoko, in the light of the varying information circulating publicly. Brigade confirmed that a solidarity rally will take place on date Tuesday, August 4th, 2026. Time 10 a.m. Finland. Assembly location Vapodenkulo, 17 Lati Market Square, Finland. Destination Pajat Home District Court, Lati, Finland. That is where this is going to be held. So everyone should make sure you are part of it. Make sure you are part of it. Statement from the organizer. Participants will gather at Lati Market Square and begin to walk to the district court at 10 a.m. The organizers emphasize that the critical importance of strong Biafran attendance at the rally to demonstrate unity and support. It is very important to show unity and support. You must be there as a Biafran. It is not about group. It doesn't matter where you belong. It doesn't matter the group where you are. It doesn't matter who you support. Every single one of us under Mazi Nnamdi, and even under IPOB, if you are in support of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, be in this very protest. You have a lot to do, including IPOB members, because the sacked members of IPOB were the ones that went and bear witness against Mazi Nnamdi. So this time of this protest, every member of IPOB is supposed to be there. Every Biafran, whether IPOB, whether any name you give yourself, it doesn't matter, be there in solidarity to tell them that our Prime Minister is innocent. Those sacked DOS who went and testified against him and concocted false witnesses against him with the Nigerian government, they will be exposed. So everybody should be in Finland in support. Anywhere you are, fly to Finland. We are supposed to get more than the number of those that went for declaration. Yeah, because IPOB is supposed to be there too. Participants will gather at Lati Market Square and begin to walk to the district court at 10 a.m. The organizers emphasize the critical importance of strong Biafran attendance at the rally to demonstrate unity and support. Travel advisory. The organizer advised the individuals traveling from overseas should plan to arrive in Finland on Monday, August 3, unless they are able to reach Finland in the early hours of Tuesday, August 4th, for the 10 a.m. meeting. Rally contact information. For additional inquiries, please contact Mazi Nnamdi on WhatsApp 358-402-529525. If you want inquiry, there is something that you want to hear about the protest, how to go there, or anything, you contact this number. Plus 358-402-529-525. Plus 358-402-529-525. Put up your call and ask questions, make inquiries, and be there. Statement from the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister advises that there may be changes to the court dates. As a result, individuals traveling to Finland for the hearing are advised to obtain flexible travel tickets that would allow them to change their travel arrangement as they deem fit. Brigade extends its concern, appreciation to all organizers and supporters who have worked tirelessly to prepare for this important event. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile is committed to advancing the right, security, and democratic aspiration of Biafran people through lawful and diplomatic channel. So this is the information on the protests for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Try as much as possible to be there. And another important thing there is about the what do you call it? The international lawyer, the legal fee. Try as much as possible also to support the legal. It is very, very important. Support the legal, because the international lawyer that is being contracted to be there in the court, witness the court, and also liaise from the outside to see that Mazi Nnamdi Simon Ekpa is properly represented, needs support. You should also look for the link and also give your support. It is very important. These are very important issues, very, very important issues that every one of us must be part of. We need to support that very legal this thing for Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is very, very important. The international line to be there. We know what happened in the lower courts. They rejected most of the evidence of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and they were able to do that because there was no proper representation. So this time around, we want to make sure that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko is adequately and properly represented. We do not want what happened before to happen again. This time around, the representation is very, very important. That is why we are bringing up this gentle reminder to remind you that that lawyer needs support. It needs support. A gentle reminder. Effective today, Monday, June 23rd. Continue through the month of August. This is just a reminder. There will be a weekly reminder, like this one I'm doing now. Is a reminder for a special donation to support the legal work of Mazi Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Joseph Spies, Esquire, is available and willing to be in Finland during the August appeal proceeding. Please help make this possible by donating to assist these additional legal expenses. Your donation is needed, your assistance is needed. This is the donation website. This is the website where you can go and donate. www.biafrarepublic.gov.org/support. When you enter there, you click on contribute to legal work. This is to support our Prime Minister, to support the legal work, to make sure that the lawyer, international lawyer, is represented, is there to represent Mazi Simon Ekpa. Very important. No amount is small. Go and make your donation at www.biafrarepublic.gov.org/support. When you enter into that website, look for contribute to legal work. You click on that, and then you make your donation. If you want inquiry also, you can make inquiry, call question regarding the donation website. You can make inquiry and call this number 919-627-2134. Call for other inquiries. You can call 316-870-29905. These are places where you can get information on anything that has to do with the legal issue of Mazi Simon Ekpa, how you can make a contribution, and how everything is done. I appreciate every one of you. Remember, in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we will all stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We continue to stand already. We are making wave internationally. There are people in the United States putting what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His family is also making moves on different angles. And we believe our leaders, both of them, are going to join us in a short while. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect all of us. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to strengthen us. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, shall prosper. We will continue to support them, we continue to pray for them, and by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, we shall overcome. Thank you so much for watching. We will see again later in the day. I will come back again for another section. Please, if you have not yet liked this program or share, like this program, share it, and let the information get across to anyone that cares. This platform information is for every Biafran. It is not for group. It is not for a section. We are not here to preach hate or attack anybody. It is a platform where we promote the cause of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands, whatever he says goes, and that is where we stand. May Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to guide our brother. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again later in the day. Stay blessed.
Jolly Papa, moi esia, Papa oh. Jolly Papa, moi esia, ahe. Jolly Papa, moi esia, Papa oh. Jolly Papa, moi esia, ahe. Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachirami. Ipayame mara medawasi medopa. Tamuno ten tamuno bo obasi zizio. Deme ho meka oh. Me meloanio. I say Jana Ludo, I say you're at your phone. Damn oh, mega oh. Tali Papa, moi esia, Papa oh. Jolly Papa, moi esia, ahe. Jolly Papa, moi esia, Papa oh. Jolly Papa, moi esia, ahe. Abasi,